What's going on, Evertonians, and welcome back to Life as an Evertonian. I honestly, I honestly do not know where to start. Been driving home thinking, how am I going to start tonight's video? This is obviously our instant, well, it's not so much instant, it's our reaction to the 2-1. I can't believe I'm saying this. 2-1 win against Crystal Palace today at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. And I'm saying that because I got to half time and I just could not envisage Everton coming away with the 3 points today from that first half performance. I have to say, I think that is the worst first half performance I've seen Everton play. Well, probably in retrospect to Leeds United, I'm going to be a bit more, I'm going to clarify that more. I think it's the worst that we've played at the Hill Dickinson Stadium this season in that first half. And I cannot let this be a negative video in any way, shape, or form because Crystal Palace, I think, are 19 games unbeaten. I think they've got the longest unbeaten run in Europe. Okay? Europe. And they are a great side. Seriously, the way they started the game, the strength, the power, how fast they are, how quick they pop it around. I'm going to say this, the saving grace for us was going in at half time only 1-0 down. That is how Everton have managed today to get that win because we could have been more. It could have been more. I'm being honest. I am struggling to, and this is no offense. This is no, I'm not being untowards. I'm not being horrible. It's hard watching Jake O'Brien now at right back. It's getting to that stage where it's run its course. He's come in and he's done a job. But it's getting difficult to watch. And he's not doing an awful job. It's just, are we sure Seamus can't play? Could Jimmy slot in at right back? We've seen him do a job at left back. I'm going to leave that half there. Done. That second half performance was the best I've seen Everton play this season at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Even the Brighton win on the opening. And Charlie Alcaraz was the man behind that change. That double substitution changed the game for Everton. Charlie Alcaraz, albeit Jack Grealish, got the Man of the Match award. Jack Grealish scored his first goal for Everton. And Jai bagged the pen. Alcaraz was the man behind Everton's tempo increasing. The legs in midfield, knitting from attack to midfield, chasing down the ball, going to win the ball, getting in for tackles. Just everything changed. The whole team just changed through Charlie Alcaraz. And I'm being honest. Charlie Alcaraz is a player, when he gets on the ball, he likes to thread it through the channels. He doesn't always pop it out wide. And by doing that, it improves better. Those two complement each other. And he does that by playing close as he can to him as well. So for me, that double change, because listen, I've said in previous videos, I want to see Barry now. I want to see Barry. But I have been crying out for Everton to introduce Alcaraz. Played well in the League Cup, played well towards the end of last season, come up with big goals at Crystal Palace away, Newcastle away. I've wanted to see him. And he has changed the way that Everton play the game today. High press, winning tackles, direct play, good on the ball, lovely touches, bringing lots of different players into the game, especially Beto. So for me, he is my man of the match from that 45-minute cameo that he did. Timmy Aburam came on, and I think we're seeing the quality in Tim. We are. I know he had a poor game, couple of weeks ago, and he's not really featured since. I can't remember what game it were that now. Um, yeah, that's gone. Can't remember. But Tim today, he's showing the quality. He's showing the legs that he's got. Brilliant to win the penalty. He actually started off that move as well. So those substitutions were key. And I've been crying out for these key substitutions to happen. Today they've happened. I were happy with that double change. Even though we saw Tyler Diblin make his first start, he looked okay. But down the right hand side, it looked weak. Is it because Jake O'Brien isn't overlapping and we like to see Tyler, or he likes to come inside quite a lot? So there's no natural width. So the balance was off in that first half. Jack Grealish has come out and said it was poor. And I was scratching my bald head at half time, just thinking, this is really poor. How are we going to get back into this game today? Listen, my 9-year-old son today has been so in tune in that game. He's not took his eyes off that game from first half, especially in that second half. And I know when he does that, he's only 9. Sometimes your attention span can get drifty, you can get lost, you can get a bit fidgety. He was on it. He was singing vocally. He was in tune with that game, and he couldn't take his eyes off it. And when I know Jude does that, Everton are playing well. So for me, that second half performance was massive. It really, really were massive. And Moyes has got a lot to think about now. We have to introduce Charlie. And, I don't want him to be just a lad who's coming on to change games. I think we need to find a way of getting him in this team. I'm being completely and utterly honest. And I know we play Keenan Dewsbury Hall there, but could we play Keenan Dewsbury Hall deeper? Could we play Keenan Dewsbury Hall alongside Jimmy Gardner? Could we play Jimmy Gardner at right back for Jake O'Brien? And listen, I don't want to be cruel. I thought Mikalenko today, even in the first half, played really well. I think he was trying. He was trying to offer support, overlapping Jack Grealish, working up and down. Really disappointed the way Tarkowski stepped out, to follow his man. He really got brought himself too far into the game by following his striker, and he just took himself out the game. And a really good goal from Crystal Palace. But again, we were lucky to only be going in at 1-0. And I think that was Everton's saving grace, to only be going in at 1-0. And it gave ourselves a chance to get back in the game. Moyes has obviously rallied the troops. He's made the changes. And that is how Everton have got those 3 points today. I'd have took a draw today. I really would. I was a bit critical for the Villa game. Everton run out of ideas. I were critical. The West Ham game, we were now sat at the bottom of the league. Today was going to be a tough game. You know what I mean? It really were. And what a second half performance. The Hill Dickinson Stadium today, it was almost an emotional win. I know it's only 3 points, but that type of win, 93rd minute, Jack Grealish. You're almost like pinching yourself. You are. And Everton need more of this. Us as fans, we need more of this. Jack's dedicated that goal, that winning goal today to us Everton fans for how well we've welcomed him into our club. Managed to get a good conversation with Michael Ball, who just sits in front of me before the game. And obviously we were both really looking forward to seeing Njai operate as a 10 and Jack to the left. Those two working close with each other, but it didn't work. And obviously Njai switched back over to the right. Charlie Alcaraz changed that game today, and I just want to say it again because massive, massive performance from him. Really, really were. And a massive performance from Everton in that second half. Come on, you blue boys, up the toffees. We go into the international break now. Michael Keane came off with an injury again, played so well. If Jared comes back and Michael Keane is fit, is it going to be Tarkowski that makes way? Started bringing in a few mistakes. I can't believe I'm saying that. But Michael Keane has been superb. And listen, when Jake went back in, when he went into centre half, he just looked more comfortable. And I'm not being horrible about him at the right back. I'm not. It's just it's frustrating to watch, not seeing a natural right back. Um, there were a time as well where who were it? I think it was Tyler Diblin down that right hand side, and they were all just stood still, not offering the support. Jake O'Brien not going up to push to offer the support. Very cautious, very deep, very cautious to obviously be worried about getting done on the counter attack. Um, no more negativity. It's not being negative. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest how I saw that first half and the positives that Alcaraz did and Timmy Raburum did and Beto did when they came on and the changes were made. Lovely cross from NJ and a great header from Beto. I thought it were going to hit the back of the net. It didn't. Jack put his body there, his leg there. It bounced off his foot and it's found its way back into the net. 4 goals, 1 assist. Blues, I'm going to leave it there. 2-1. Didn't see it coming at half time. I really, really didn't. Up the toffees, and I'll see you in the next one. Listen, if you haven't subscribed already, please feel free to do so. Click that bell to turn on post notifications. In fact, before I go, Jude, come here. You were a massive Evertonian today, lad. I want you to tell them all up the toffees. Come on, you blue boys. Go on.
Up the toffees, come on, you blue boys.
Good lad.